Hello there my fried friends, welcome to this video, and in this video I am going to tell you how I have switched to a flip phone and how is my life going and how you can do this too and why you should. Alright, so first question, what kind of phone is this? This is not an Android phone, this is a flip phone. It flips. So this is a Nokia flip phone. It has a small camera, a flash, and it shows time in here. It has another display as well, so we are talking about this phone only, and it has keypad, huge keypad here, and a screen here. So you can't watch YouTube on this, you cannot use WhatsApp on this, you cannot use any Android apps on this. But since I live in India and we have a big trouble here with payments and how we pay people, is that there is this QR thing where you have to scan the QR and pay. And thankfully, this phone has that feature, not fully integrated, but partially you can pay people. So you can just go and let me unlock the phone. It's called GS Pay, and you can actually go ahead and scan the, if I show you this, so you can actually scan the QR code and pay people with this. Not a lot of money, just some money in case you are in emergency. But what I do, I carry a lot of cash with me. So if you look, I have a lot of change here. So always make sure you have jiggly wallet, and majority of people will not accept credit or debit card. They'll ask you to pay in cash, even if it's a lot of money. Even if some of them accept, they'll be like, hey, you will be charged 3% extra. So we don't want that. So, and for other payments we have net banking here, so you could directly transfer money to other bank accounts. So that's there. So I have been doing that, even though it has some transaction fees. I do that. That's called IMPS and NEFT. That's always been there, and that's how in India we used to transfer money. So the big thing is, then how do I use WhatsApp if I cannot use the phone? I don't use WhatsApp much. So if someone wants to text me on WhatsApp, they can text me, but they will get a reply. I don't know when. So I have WhatsApp web open in the computer. So from there, I do text sometimes if they do not use Telegram. Usually, I am on Telegram. So, and again, that's on desktop as well. From now, since I have switched to this phone, no one is getting instant replies from me. So if someone wants to really, it's an urgent case, they can just send me an SMS text message, and I'll get it, and it does make cute sounds when you receive an SMS. So yeah, that's there. Yeah, and you can even take pictures from this. It's not great, but it will get the job done if you really want to take some information which is really important, maybe like someone's written phone number. Instead of typing it out, you can take that, and it has Bluetooth, and it also has a headphone jack. So if you want to stream music, you can do that either via, I have connected my Bose headphones, it works. Sometimes it disconnects, but it works, and I'll be getting a dedicated music MP3 player instead of using this phone. And if you want to do that, you can. This has an SD card support as well. So it's like a kind of feature phone. It's not a very dumb phone, I'll say. You can browse internet in here as well if you have 4G data enabled. It's like Opera Mini, the old school browser it gives you. So yeah, and what how do I navigate? The second thing comes to a lot of people is like, hey, I really need maps, I need GPS. So what can we do to navigate? So what I have done is I have printed lots of maps here. So this is metro map in here. If you look, yeah, So this is the metro map. I was recently traveling to another city, so I needed this. I did not even carry my feature phone, and I just wrote down the steps on the paper. And this is from Google Maps. I just press Control P and do bit of cropping. And this is I'll show you, this is OpenStreetMap. It looks much better if you print it, and this got wet in rain, so yeah, there we go. So that is how I am navigating. Before going somewhere, I just go check and try to figure out how will I be going there. So that part is done. Navigating is quite difficult in India, especially since you do not have proper signboards or anything like that. But in bigger cities, if it's mapped or planned city, it's easier. But yeah, so I traveled to two different cities with this phone, and my trip was okay. Like, we did travel quite a lot of places. So now coming for booking Uber or any cab. So in India, Uber does not give you a number to call and book. In other countries, they do that in some countries. So you could just call and get an Uber, because I guess in India they do not make that much profit. So they are like, hey, just use the app, and yeah, it's convenient for everyone. But what I did is, from the laptop, I could, I carry my MacBook when I'm traveling. So I just got the, public Wi-Fi, or I asked someone else, hey, can you share your hotspot? And then I just booked an Uber and put the location, and yeah, and from there, how did I book an Uber back? I did not. So I just took an auto rickshaw and also took local cabs. So those things worked out, and I had, like, as a backup plan, I could call one of my friend to, hey, can you book me an Uber? I'm stuck here, and I could tell them my location if I'm smart enough. So that's how I have been navigating and doing all that. And also, another thing is, let's say you have another task, is you take lot of pictures of things around you. Let's say you want to show your newly brought fishes to your friends. I mean, you if you cannot invite them over, what you'll do is you'll take a picture. Of course, I'm not going to take a picture with my crappy uh, small camera from this. It sucks. So what I do is, I have this camera here. This is Fujifilm mirrorless camera. You can see this, and if I want to send a picture, so in my computer I have configured a USB like this. I use Linux, so I get tons of features, and some people would say they don't get tons of features. So there is this USB-C port in here. All I gotta do is take a picture. So it opens up, and I can just take a picture, and then I'll just plug it in the USB-C. It automatically gets transferred. All right. So it gets transferred to my computer. Then I can just, drag drop it in Telegram, or send it to email, or upload it to Amazon, or wherever I need to put pictures. So this is very important step. So I can just zoom in, zoom out. I have this now. Every picture I take will be great. So instead of, having just one thing which does all your job, like one smartphone to cover all your stuff, I have been switched to another, the old era, where you do not have all-in-one tool. It's just, if you want to take a picture, just get the camera, man, just get the camera. And if you want to, let's say, call someone, you will be using the phone. So to call, I use the phone. If And if I wanted to email someone, I wouldn't be doing that with my phone in 2000s. I was just born. I did not have computer back then, and in India was not a huge thing. So yeah, that's how we would have done it, using a computer. If I wanted to show someone something, I would have printed it. I would have, like, so we recently went to get some fishes. So instead of showing pictures on the phone, what we did is we printed out the list of fishes, we made it in Canva, and then we showed them, hey, do you have this plant, do you have this fish? And then it was, like, cool. They could not recognize it with the name, but when they saw the pictures, they so you need to have a printer as well, if you want to get into this life. Even if you don't have, you can ask your friend, or but it's good to have physical document. Now, these are the important part of our lives, how we live. So if someone, at my work, how do I communicate? So if your work uses WhatsApp to communicate, I think you gotta rethink where you work. So yeah, please just use something else. I don't know, even Discord. Here I use Slack for my work purpose, and mostly emails. If someone wants to get something done, we'll email back and forth. If I miss emails, someone would Slack me, hey, this is the situation, and all that. What about video calling? Then in Zoom and Google Meet, you can do that. So that's there. And yeah, what else? So how about entertainment? I do have an iPad. I don't carry it all around, and when I get tired and I want to just watch some movies while I'm laying on bed, I will do that. Okay. And another thing about entertainment is I also got myself this R36S gaming console. It was around 30 to $40, I guess. So this is one of the cheapest gaming device. I'll turn it on, just that you can see. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. So this runs ArcOS. I flashed it. It did not come default. And here you have this tactile buttons. Here you have everything. I play Angry Birds in here while I'm bored. It has thousands of games, so you'll never get bored. And also on the other thing, so it also has this music. So you see this. All right. Now, what I do is I also printed these crazy dad puzzles. So it's like, you have some mazes. Let me show you. You have train tracks, and this is the maze. So it's quite difficult to solve. It's not just for kids, even though on the website Crazy Dad says that, hey, these are being solved by school kids. I get amazed. And yeah, that's how I have been working through the flip phone. And also make sure you carry a notebook around with pen and paper. If not notebook, so I make sure to take the notes in here, whatever I need to, whatever is important. So I have gone analog, and less and less digital. So this is like a digital detox. So no more doom scrolling. uh yeah, I mean, I do sometimes scroll, but I do not have the smartphone. So now, talking about the development aspect. So as a software engineer, I need to test my apps on different phones like iPhone and Android phones. So let's say I do have both the phones in here, but they are always switched off. This one is not switched off, and I do not have my SIM card in the Android phone, so it will not most of the apps like payment apps, banking apps will not work. And in iPhone I do not have any, I do not use it apart from just testing not the iPhone, testing my apps. And yeah, I will just keep them somewhere far away. And I have built that thing where I don't go and keep reaching out for the phone. Initially it was a bit hard, but it took some time, then I am good with the flip phone. So if you have any questions regarding the flip phone, please ask in the comments and I will be happy to answer. So yeah, just get back to the old analog era and I'll see you in the next video. So no more brain rot. All right, bye bye. Thanks.